Howdy all, Flight Sim Dev here. This video is how to add a hard surface within Flight Sim Design Studio 3.5.1 or 3.5 if you model for Flight Simulator 9, but this is for Flight Simulator 10 in this case. There's basically three things you've got to do. One is you've got to add a line, and I'll put some links in the description so you can have a look at the examples. You've got to go into the root folder of Flight Sim Design Studio in your Abacus folder, and in the root you'll find two files. One is called partnames.txt and the other one's called partdatadefinition or partdatadef. There goes an ambulance. Partdatadef.txt. Now you open up your partnames.txt and you add a line in here. You might want to give it a different heading. So I've already made one here and I've called it Flight Sim X Attach Points Miscellaneous. Now the reason you edit this file is so you can actually allocate it within Flight Sim Design Studio or allocate it for your part. And you add one in here called platform underscore concrete underscore 0 or underscore 1 if you've got two objects, underscore 2 if you've got three objects, and so on and so forth. Now I think you can actually use 0 for 20 different objects, but I always have the 1 and the 2 and the 3 onwards for different models. You make sure it's got that line in there and you give it its own unique heading. So you can call it anything you like, but this is easy for me. Then you close and you save that program. You then open up your partdatadef file. This is it here, and you've got to add this line to it. Okay, now I'll put the partdatadef file or text file with this line in it in the description. I'll also put partnames.txt file in the description as well, and you can look at the examples. I'll take out all the stuff that you've got anyway, and I'll just leave in what I've added. Now once you've done these two changes to your text files, you then open your Flight Sim Design Studio. You open up the model that you want to add a hard surface to. So let's just take a bridge that I've got here. Here we go, bridge joined. Now you complete your model. I'll just bring this down so you can see it. You complete your model. This is just a bridge, obviously. You complete your model, and then you snap it and you join it. You make sure it's complete. It's ready to go, ready for export. When you've done that, you then make a new poly, just a square one. I've got it actually here. Let's do this again. And you make a platform. Now you can see there's the platform. It's visible quite clearly. It's visible there. Now that one there, you then go into the current item property of that, and then from the list you then find your heading. So there's my miscellaneous, Flight Sim X Attach Points Miscellaneous, which comes from your part names text file, and you can see there's my list called concrete, and then you hit that. You don't have to actually give it a parent name if you don't want to, and then you give it that. Now you want that to be just below the surface of your model, so zoom in as much as you can, go down to where the surface is, and there's the surface. This one here is the surface, and then you bring it down to just below the surface, and I'm zoomed right in. Here we go here. So there's the upper surface, there's the lower surface. So you put it there, and you put it as close as you can so the wheel doesn't look like it's going through the item that you're making. I mean, you could be doing this for a boat. That's actually the wrong one. It's actually that one there. So you make that very close like that, and you don't snap it. If you snap it, it'll become part of the model and it won't work. So you don't snap it. You make sure that your axis is at ground level or wherever the ground level of the model is. You can see I've got the model slightly off ground level here. So you bring the axis down, and then you bring your model down as well to match it up. So that's going to be ground level, and there you have it. So now you've got your model, which is snapped and joined, and you've got your your road surface here, which you can land on and you can drive over, and you can do whatever you like as the person who's in Flight Simulator. And you can see I haven't quite got these at ground level. I usually put them slightly below anyway. So there you have it. So there's your model and there's your hard surface. So the hard surface won't be visible inside Flight Simulator. It'll only be your model with the textures of your model, and the hard surface being slightly below the surface will allow you to land on it. So now you can drive a car over it, you can drive a plane over it, you can land a helicopter on it. So it's handy if you want to make a building with a helipad on it that's up a few stories. You can build an aircraft carrier so you can land the planes on it. There's a lot of applications you can use this for. Once you've done this, your model's already been snapped and joined, your hard surface has been added, and then you just compile it like you would any other model, but you don't join this to the hard surface. So you just compile it, call it bridge, there's bridge there, and then hit save, yes, that's it, compile it, and that's it. And then you would, well, you'd have it textured. The textures aren't available at the moment, but I suppose I could put the textures in there. We won't worry about the textures, but you get the idea. So it's below the surface. It's not visible because it's below the surface. If you wanted to, with an aircraft carrier, say, you could have the whole upper deck where the aircraft takes off and lands. You can have that whole upper deck, the hard surface, and then put the texture on the hard surface rather than being semi below it. Okay, so that's basically how you do a hard surface. As I say, I'll probably put a zip file down below, and you can just hit the link and then allow you to download it from my website. Anyway, that's all there is to this video. Flight Sim Dev signing off. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe to see other videos similar to this, I've got 3 or 4 other videos for doing various things with photoreal and making models and etc. Go check those ones out. So yeah, subscribe if you wish to subscribe. Anyway, Flight Sim Dev signing off. I'll catch you guys in another video. See you then. Bye.